So, welcome back everybody to my first video of the open beta of Ground Forces War Thunder. And I've been playing quite a few games until now. I'm here driving in my Panzer IV Ausführung G. Which is more or less one of the last steps before I get to the heavy hitters like the Tiger or the Panther. So I have to admit that for me the step from the last test server, closed beta test server, to or tanks events on the live server to the actual open beta is kind of difficult because yes, the player base has grown immensely here, but I have found quite a few things that I certainly dislike in this open beta test. As you see, I'm playing simulator battles on the tank battlefield of Kursk, and even though what you see here is the normal settings I'm playing in, this is basically everything maxed out, and I'm getting still quite good frames in this. Still, I think about at least 40 frames a second. But you probably have heard, if you tutored to the recent videos of Jingles or others, that you can actually disable most of the eye candy that you're seeing here, which makes it actually easier to see enemies. Currently I'm looking here for my first target. There he is, driving around over the field here. My first shot goes just a little bit low. You can see here, didn't lead my second shot enough. So I put this 3034 on fire. He's going on using his fire extinguisher on the move, and I'm getting very lucky here. This was not a skill shot, just simply hope I knew where he was and pull the trigger. Here you can see my next target, a very dangerous ISU. I think it's a 122. And there you can see his first shot just went wide and would have probably grazed my commander if this person was actually modeled in this. And this is one of the problems I have. As you can see, I have to raise my aim, and War Thunder somehow thinks that by raising my aim it needs to darken my my view, because I'm looking at the sky, and that's something I really dislike, because it makes, especially distinguishing between this. There you can see can you see the ISU in front of the tree? I probably can't, especially when I'm looking here at this sky. This basically, I don't know why they did this, because they could easily have basically changed the aiming mechanics so that you can basically range in on this the enemy, and then use the center of your screen to aim furthermore. But they decided to use this kind of system, and it really makes it very difficult. Oh, this was just the SQ-85. Well, they changed many of the maps during the beta test, and while I find these changes they did to the Kursk map, they are quite good. compared to for example, the absolute spawn fest that Corellia is and remains. Corellia remains virtually unchanged in the whole during the whole beta, and this is something that I cannot understand, because it's just a big camp fest from the first second that you start playing the game. Here you can see the effect of my gun is actually quite strange, because I can't hit the artillery, but this ISU 122 I destroy in two shots, and now I'm going back to shooting at the artillery, and you can see these shots land a mere meters away, but the shot dispersion, especially from the German guns at the moment, seems very... I don't know if it's historically accurate, but it seems... If I compare this to the... especially to the ISUs from on the Russian side, it seems to vary greatly. You can see here that's just an AI T-44, a T-34 I'm shooting at, but I personally I dislike the notion of having AI in these battles. I know they're supposed to make it epic or something, but I personally I would rather have simple battles, tank against tank, player against player, disable things like the respawn that we currently have, as well as the artillery, which is totally broken right now. It's way too accurate for... you can use it basically like a drone strike nowadays. And especially it has such a fast reload time that you actually can use it to basically deny whole areas of the map and kill people that you normally wouldn't be able to kill. So I'm using the bushes here to hopefully mask my entry. And there's a KV-2. But first I'm going for the ISU or the SU-122 here. If this second shot seemed to be pretty fast, that's because at this version of the test server there was a bug with shots not being registered or not being displayed. As you can see here, the head that you just saw pop up on the horizon has been destroyed by that ISU there. So I'm trying to range in on him here. A little bit short again. And my first shot basically goes for the horizontal turret traverse here. This shot luckily goes low. There you can see I've killed, or I severely wounded his loader. Now I'm starting to pour fire into him. I know that I have range in on him. It serves him right. There you can see the commander, the loader, everybody's basically dead in that tank and that self-propelled gun. Yes, a hit. The cannon breach is down as well, so he should be able to fire against or towards me. On target. Wounded his gunner and his driver again. It serves him right. And finally I've destroyed him. So I'm pushing on towards the next tank here. You can see on the mini-map, you can see the tank even though he's behind the crest line here. Something which I don't know if I like it, because this basically saves my hide all of the time, because you can basically, long before you can actually make out an enemy, you already know where to look roughly, because your crew is so good at spotting them, even though you can see here there's actually nothing to see. So I already know where to aim. I've loaded a heat shell. Even though on paper the heat shell is actually at this kind of range, it's inferior to the normal armor piercing. Oh. As you can see here, it's another one of those things that I greatly dislike. This is anti-tank gun firing at me, or anti-tank guns firing at me, but they really don't do any damage to me besides annoying me and basically obscuring the if I'm being shot at by enemy tanks or just the AI. So I turn around. There's very much spawn camping in this game right now, especially in simulator battles. I'll put up a video I've recorded a few days ago, in the next few days, where you basically I've went on the Kuban map. I went to a hillside and basically filmed the enemy team as they marched past the capture point straight onto the ridge lines surrounding the spawn area, and just basically killed everybody that was respawning. And again, I dislike this because basically the point of this map is to capture A.
Yes, a hit.
There you can see KV-2 heavy tank.
We haven't nailed it.
I'm maneuvering a bit here to keep him in our sight.
Got him.
Very luckily destroying him here. At this range, that's not a given. So I'm looking around here a bit. They can see some artillery positions, or anti-tank gun positions, as they can see.
Ready up. Ready. We have taken the initiative. Yes, a hit. Ready. Allied forces have captured a zone.
At this point, I'm thinking there's no enemy left, but one of the or the SU-122s has actually respawned. So I'm looking around here if I can see him. There he is, giving his position away by firing. They make him barely out behind this tree.
The shell hasn't done any damage.
My first shot basically makes him nervous enough to move.
Got him.
Killed his gunner and his driver. Injured his driver.
On target.
There you can see one of these shots that wasn't actually registered as firing, and my third shot basically puts him on fire and destroys him immediately afterwards. So, hope you enjoyed this first look at the open beta of ground forces. I'll showing you some of the lesser or less good games I've had in the past few days soon enough, and hope to see you on the next one. Bye.